Thank you, Brian. We're back now to talk some Lattimore discussion with some guys here that know what it's like to be behind the mic, if you will. Eric Guimaraes and Rick Sanford joining us from 560 The Team. Eric, you've been with 560 The Team now for a few years, and Rick, you were actually, you know what all it's about to be taken in the NFL draft. 7 seasons in the league, and you were with the Patriots for 6 seasons, and the first USC Gamecock to be drafted in the first round, correct?
Yes, that's correct. That's correct.
Well, thank you guys for being here with us. Well, first we'll just start off with, put your GM caps on here for us for a second. Lots of risk and reward with Marcus Lattimore, considering his 2 knee injuries, one on the right and the left. But obviously we've seen what he can do on the football field. Now, do you take that chance and go with him as a GM?
Well, no question you take a chance. I think the bigger question here is who takes a chance and your needs at running back. When you're drafting early in the rounds, you want a guy who's going to be an impact player immediately, and because of his injuries, he might not be an impact player until either later this season or the following season. So you'll see some teams that already are pretty solid at running back, maybe getting a little older there, aging there, like our good friend Rick, and they'll take a chance on him, but it might not be a first day guy. He may be a 4th, 5th rounder, but absolutely you take a chance on a guy like Marcus Lattimore. He brings too much to the locker room and too much to the field.
I think the teams you have to look at that would take a chance on Marcus is someone like San Francisco, who has 13 picks in this draft, or a team like Atlanta, a team like Miami possibly, or maybe New England, actually, because what he brings to the table as a person, I think you have to look at that. And I think now with a lot of the things that go on with some of the players in the league, you look for quality character guys. And so I think what will happen is probably around somewhere 2nd day, like Eric said, probably 4th, 5th round, there'll be a good football team, somebody that is pretty established, that will probably take a chance on him, that has the extra picks that they can afford to take a chance.
Well, Rick, you've been in this situation before, quite a while back, you said, but what's it like? Lattimore said at his pro day, he said afterwards that he would be at home with his family, but he's not going to watch the draft. But what's it like sitting there by the phone waiting for that team to give you that call and say, come join us?
Well, I had been informed by professional scouts that I was probably going to be a 1st-round draft pick. And, you take it with a grain of salt, really, because you really don't know. I mean, there's so many great players across the country that really all it takes is one team to really like you. And I can remember when the day that I was drafted, I actually got a call from the New Orleans Saints right before, 2 minutes before the Patriots called me. And they said, well, we're going to take you with our early pick of the 2nd round, but about the time the guy was on the phone, he says, but I think if you hang up your phone, you're going to get a call very shortly. So what had happened, New England had already just selected me. So yeah, it was a very trying day. I know back then you could go 15 minutes in between picks. So with the draft that morning started at 9 o'clock, and I got called with the 25th player of the 1st round at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So it was a long, long day.
Real quick, where do you see him and what round?
I think San Francisco's my best bet. They could. I wouldn't even be surprised because of what Rick said, that they have 13 picks in this draft. Frank Gore's aging. They've seen him battle through a knee injury. San Francisco's my first pick for them, 3rd to 5th round. And outside of that, other than the other teams you mentioned, maybe Arizona.
I think, quite honestly, I think it's probably San Francisco would be the logical pick. But with the NFL, what you learn is that logical never works. Okay, so I would think a team probably, if I'm a 4th round, 5th round, I've got an extra pick here or there, or either I've acquired an extra pick here or there from someone. I really think Marcus is either going to end up somewhere, possibly Dallas, possibly, or another outside pick, Miami, or, as I said, Atlanta. That would be my top 3 picks, I think.
All right, so obviously plenty of discussions and teams where Lattimore might end up. We know what he can do on the football field, leaving USC as the all-time touchdown leader. The NFL draft kicks off on Thursday in New York. We'll see where he ends up. Brian, back to you.